You ever have that moment where you're doing everything right, working hard, eating clean, staying consistent, yet somehow life still feels stuck? You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just running on a system that was never designed for you. See, most people chase progress like they chase validation. They think success means constant motion, constant noise, constant proof. But real growth, it happens in silence. Psychologists call it identity lag, when your actions evolve faster than your self-image. Your life is leveling up, but your brain hasn't caught up yet. So you start feeling resistance. You scroll more, sleep less, doubt yourself. Not because you're losing, but because your nervous system doesn't recognize peace yet. You're addicted to the chaos that used to define you, and that's not weakness, it's programming. There are 3 types of people who feel stuck the most. The achiever, who can't rest because rest feels like failure. The thinker, who overanalyzes every step until motion feels dangerous. And the drifter, who's done everything right on paper, but can't feel it in the heart. Each one is chasing alignment, not achievement. Here's the truth. No one tells you you can't build a new life with an old identity. Your habits can change, your routine can change, but until your story changes, you'll keep looping the same emotions in a new environment. That's why success doesn't feel successful. It still carries the same stress. So next time you feel stuck, don't ask, "What's wrong with me?" Ask, "What version of me is trying to live this life?" Because maybe you're not stuck at all. Maybe you've just outgrown your old operating system, and your mind hasn't downloaded the update yet. If this hits something inside you, subscribe. We decode the psychology behind human behavior, one mindset at a time. Welcome to the shift, where self-awareness becomes your next level. Because here's the thing, change doesn't start when you set goals. It starts when you stop being addicted to who you used to be. Your old self craves comfort, familiar emotions, familiar struggles. That's why every time life gets calm, your brain looks for chaos, arguments, distractions, drama, anything that feels like home. It's not self-sabotage, it's self-recognition. Your mind is wired to repeat what feels familiar, not what feels right. That's why most people never really change. They just redecorate their comfort zone. New job, same stress, new relationship, same pattern, new habits, same emotional loop. Because without awareness, growth becomes another form of escape. How do you break it? You stop chasing motivation, and you start creating alignment. Instead of asking, "How do I get more done?" ask, "What energy am I operating from?" Because the achiever in survival mode and the achiever in peace mode can have the same schedule, but completely different lives. One is driven by fear of falling behind. The other is powered by faith in their direction. You want to evolve? Then you need to teach your nervous system that calm is safe, that silence doesn't mean you're failing, that resting doesn't mean you're losing, because when peace no longer feels uncomfortable, that's when your power finally activates. Every next level of your life will demand a different version of your nervous system, not just your mindset. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world taught you doubt. That's alignment. That's freedom. So if this spoke to you, don't just like the video, rewatch it, because sometimes the mind needs repetition before it accepts truth. Welcome again to the shift, where your peace becomes your new productivity. And here's the paradox. When you finally stop chasing, everything you were chasing starts finding you, because your energy changes from grasping to attracting, from "I need this to feel enough" to "I am enough, so I attract what matches that." That's not manifestation fluff, that's psychology. Your brain filters reality through what's called the reticular activating system. It decides what you notice and what you ignore. So when your inner dialogue says, "I'm stuck," your brain starts collecting proof that you are. But when you shift that script, even slightly, to "I'm learning" or "I'm expanding," your brain starts scanning for new paths, new people, new possibilities. It's not magic, it's focus. You are literally reprogramming your perception. That's why awareness is the real currency of growth. Because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. You start catching yourself mid-scroll, mid-argument, mid-excuse. And in that pause, you reclaim your power. That pause is the birth of a new identity. Every habit, every decision, every conversation, It all starts aligning with who you're becoming, not who you've been. And that's when momentum takes over. You stop forcing change. You start flowing with it. The gym isn't punishment. It's alignment. The rest isn't laziness. It's strategy. That's when you realize success isn't about running faster. It's about running in the right direction. Because the people who master peace don't move less. They just move smarter. They've learned to separate urgency from importance, noise from signal, progress from performance. So here's your reminder. You don't have to rebuild your life overnight. You just have to stop betraying the version of you that's trying to grow. Do one thing today your future self would thank you for. One decision that feels aligned, not anxious. Because that's how transformation actually begins. Quietly, consistently, internally. If this message resonated, share it with someone who's been fighting the same invisible battle. We're not here to hustle harder, we're here to evolve deeper. This is the shift, where change stops being a chase and becomes your natural state.